I'm making this video for my friends because I'm so fed up that no one's getting it. So it's like no shirt, no makeup, not even the correct lighting, and I don't even want to sit down because that's my life now. But anyway, Mike Pence is so romantic. I don't see why you don't see it. It's I guess I will have to sit down. Wait a sec. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sitting. We're all gonna pretend like the frame and the lighting isn't horrible because I really don't have time to do that. I just like, let's focus on the matter at hand. Mike Pence. I'm not. I know I'm laughing, but I'm not joking. Like, I'm really not. Like, I'm not. Mike Pence is like a fictional character written by God. I don't even know how to express that in actual words, which probably, now that you think about it, is the reason why my friends aren't getting it. But I swear it's true. Mike Pence is, well, for starters, a long time before I came up with this idea, people were making songs about Mike Pence.
Mike Pence, would you save us from nuclear war? Mike Pence, though you think we're hellbound whores. Mike Pence, you'd be awful for ladies and gays. Mike Pence, but you might not usher in the end of days.
That was in 2017. And no one could foresee at that point, except maybe those two girls, that Mike Pence would just become so, I'm not going to say sexy because it's not about that, but romantic. It really is romantic. It's what romantic means. Mike Pence is like, how can I say that? I don't have a strong enough idea. I mean, I guess that, yeah, like a fictional character written by God. He was this man that, for starters, very misunderstood, very anti-hero. So many people just hated him because he was running with Trump, but he was, sticking with the role that he had. People said that he would do anything for Trump, no matter what. I hate this frame. Like, seriously, I guess I can't just, yeah. We'll all pretend that the frame is okay. Can we do that? Yeah. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Mike Pence. Mike Pence. Seriously. So everybody was saying that he would do anything for Trump, but then when his day came, he didn't. He just didn't. And I mean, think about Mike Pence is... Trump was one Mike Pence away from being Staline, literally. Like, you know how Staline was this really... I don't even want to say strong. It's really just feared leaders. Everybody was afraid of him. And in fact, Stalin died because people were afraid of him. Because when he was dying, he could have been saved if a doctor had made it there in time. But people let him die because they were so afraid of him. And that was after I don't know how many years or decades even of him ruling on Russia. Why did that happen? Because he didn't have a Mike Pence. Mike Pence is the entire reason why the US still has democracy. Literally. And it was not in his interest to do that. It was actually in his interest to do whatever he could, and he probably could have just, wipe out the Constitution and find the way that the results of the election would not be ratified and that Trump would stay president. And if Trump had stayed president, Mike Pence would have stayed vice president. But he didn't. He didn't. And he sacrificed himself in just the most romantic way. I don't see why people don't give him that. That is just this extremely romantic figure. And I mean, and think of how, like, the circumstances of how it happened too, because as he was planning on doing that, a mob was sent to kill him, him and perhaps other officials, but it was mostly him, right? Like the Trump supporters their goal was to kill Pence because Pence was planning on disobeying Trump. And the main reason why they failed was because a black man, a policeman, I'm sorry I don't remember his name, I didn't do any research for this video, I'm just trying to get it out. I'm really sorry for not knowing his name. He deserves to have his name known. I'll overlay it when I edit. But a black man, and I don't think that Pence thinks very highly of black people, as for the little I know about American politics. Okay, I know a lot about American politics. I don't think that Pence is the friend of black people. But in truth, this man, the policeman, is really the hero of the story, and I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He is such a hero. Like, kudos. He's very romantic in his own way, and he's absolute hero, no question. But Mike Pence is a hero of his own. And God knew that about Mike Pence, and the fact that God sent a black policeman to stop a mob from killing Mike Pence is the proof for me that Mike Pence is maybe not protected by God. I think it's the proof that Mike Pence is protected by God because God wanted Mike Pence to fulfill his destiny. And if you want to know what God wants for us, and I say, God, and generally I tend to say the universe more because I know that the word God is loaded. But I think in the video about Mike Pence, it's okay to say God. It's kind of like, it's his thing too. So we're on topic. So God, like, if you want to know what God wanted for us humans, or what God wants for us human, don't read the Bible. Read Mike Pence. And I'm sorry, I hope Mike Pence hasn't actually written books. I don't know that because I have done no research whatsoever. But I don't mean to read any book or whatever Mike Pence has written. I mean to read him, his destiny. There are not that many men in history that I can think of who have been willing to sacrifice themselves to do what's right and to throw their career out to the wind to do the thing that will be the best for the highest good. I can think of one, I think is an ambassador of Portugal in France, who ignored the orders that he got from the Portugal, no notes, top of my head, but it was an ambassador of Portugal in France who ignored the orders that the Portuguese gave him, and just rubber stamped passport after passport after passport of Jewish people to run away from France as the Nazis were approaching. And he probably saved, I think it was 300, top of my head again, but his career was over. 30-year-long democratic career, and he didn't think of it twice. He was like, I'm having order not to let anyone through. I'm going to let everyone through. And that's what I'm going to do because it's the right thing to do. And that man was a hero, and his career was out, but he didn't care because that was more important to save people, literally. And that's the kind of character that Mike Pence has. He is, so romantic. So, I think I've expressed everything. I hope that makes more sense now. I have to say that when I say he's so romantic, I don't mean that in any sexual way. Perhaps I should have started with that as sort of a preface. I don't mean anything sexual or gay or otherwise that I would want to have with Mike Pence. But honestly, I don't care. Like, if anyone wants to think that I masturbate to Mike Pence at night or not at night, it says more about them than it says about me. So I'm cool. Probably, like, if this video does any well, if this video has like any kind of level of views, there probably is a war in the comment. And I kind of want to see that. Like, I kind of want to see more. And no, actually, I didn't say everything I wanted to say. It's regarding Mike Pence. Like, of course, I think his career is over now, and probably everybody thinks his career is over. But I kind of pine for seeing more of him. Like, after that, it would be lovely to have more, to have a sequel, to have a longer story. But if there is no longer story, it's cool. It's a cool destiny in this way. It's a story like we don't see often. And it's real life. They say that reality is always more impressive than fiction, and that's really how I feel about Mike Pence. Right. So anyway, thank you for watching this to the end. If you have watched this to the end, it means that you're one of my true friends or one of my true absolute best followers. So I love you for that. I love you more than Mike Pence. I don't love him, okay? I just think he's a romantic figure. It's just, he belongs in a romantic book. And I mean, not a romance novel. I mean, a book like Victor Hugo used to write. Like, he belongs in 93. I know you probably don't know 93, but I think it's Victor Hugo's best book about the revolution, the French Revolution. I mean, the 93 is the reference to the year 1793, which was 4 years after the French Revolution starts, in the middle of the Terror. The Terror. It's also a thing I thought about a lot in those like cool stories when the Trump supporters were storming the Capitol and claiming for it to be a revolution and not knowing what they were getting into. But anyway, I'm just rambling just because I like to ramble. But I'm gonna have to go. I'm just gonna post this video. Thank you so much for still being here despite the absolute rumble that it has been. It's a true pleasure to have you watching me. And if you like this video and if you like this kind of like random rumble when I go on tangents that have hardly anything to do with my topic, which by the way, my topic is normally French learning and language learning and citizen of the world life. If you're still here, please subscribe if you haven't already. But anyway, if you like these things, hit the comment section, let me know. I can make more of those shitty lightning, bad frame, just overall raw videos if you like them. Just let me know, okay? Otherwise, I'll put a playlist or something that you can watch. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't been, no preparation. It's just, like I said, it's just for my friends. But if you're still here, you're my true friend, and I'll see you pretty soon. Bye.